gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to an unnamed segment where we look at straight facts and determine whether certain rumors are true or not. In today's episode, we are going to be looking at whether 5G causes coronavirus. Of course, if you have the slightest amount of common sense, you may say that there is no logical way that 5G can cause coronavirus because, well, there's no relative connection between a network and a virus. But, remember, here in this unnamed segment, we do not make assumptions. We must first look at the straight facts and inform an unbiased opinion that, of course, is backed by true facts. So, let's get right into whether 5G actually causes the coronavirus. Okay, first of all, we have to look at the two things we're discussing today, 5G and coronavirus. We all know what the coronavirus is, unless you've been living under a rock for the last, 2 months or so. Coronavirus is a virus. Its other name, which may sound familiar, is COVID-19. It is essentially an infectious disease that spreads like a virus and attacks the respiratory organs in our body. Some symptoms include a cough, fever, illness, sweating, chills, and it usually spreads through coughing or sneezing and contact by someone who's infected. Okay, now that we have coronavirus out of the way, let's discuss what 5G is. 5G is essentially the new standard developed by the telecom industry on the previous 4G. And of course, all of you who have phones know what 4G is. It's basically a network which your phone can connect to and which delivers high-speed internet. The telecom industry has decided that now, due to the heavy intensive internet use that we have, a new standard has to be developed. And in this case, it is called 5G. And this is really good because now you have higher bandwidth, which means higher internet, which then means faster speeds, lower latency, faster applications, higher networks, higher network streaming, higher video streaming, higher downloads, higher basically everything. And of course, as I said before, 5G will offer more bandwidth. We have 4.68 billion internet users online currently in 2020. Therefore, to meet this demand of all these people wanting to use the internet, 5G has to come into play. But of course, with 5G's rollout, there has been praise and also some controversy. In this case, whether 5G causes coronavirus. So the ideology that 5G causes a possible health risk, such as that of the coronavirus, is because one small factor or one small structure of the network. To cram more data into a network, what you have to do is cram all this data and compress it into waves. Of course, that's how you spread a network. But to do this, you need much more smaller waves in order to cram much more data. And these waves are called millimeter waves. And the reason of that is because they are so tiny in nature. And because of the structure of 5G requiring very small waves and a very cramped system, it will mean that 5G can't travel long distances. Okay, so imagine a world entirely filled with 5G. You have a bunch of small towers because, of course, 5G can't travel long distances and you need many small radio towers to spread it over, for example, a city. And we also know that 5G uses a very high frequency and a very small spectrum. What it really uses is the microwave range of the electromagnetic spectrum. And we know that microwaves emit radiation. And so if it emits radiation and you have all these small towers everywhere, will it mean that 5G will emit loads of radiation which can cause diseases like those of coronavirus? Well, not quite. And here's why. Because even though the name says microwave range, it's not essentially a microwave. You see, microwaves use high energy to cook food from inside out. Small cells use low energy to transmit and receive radio signals. And thus, these have very different applications. A microwave oven is not the exact same as a small cell tower. The World Health Organization even published a summary of health effects related to electromagnetic forces. And in it, it said despite extensive research to date, there is no evidence to conclude that exposure to low-level electromagnetic fields is harmful to human health. So thus, I think we can safely say that 5G has no correlation to causing coronavirus. whatsoever. So I hope all of you kind of understood what I just said about 5G. It is kind of a confusing subject. All you have to know is that 5G has no correlation to causing coronavirus. So I hope that sort of cleared any doubts any of you out there may have had on 5G and the coronavirus. And so yeah, that completes this week's unnamed segment on whether rumors are true or false. And it was found that this rumor is indeed false. So if you guys have any other rumors you wish for me to, conclude some facts on, leave a comment down below, and who knows, next week we'll be discussing another rumor to see if it's true or false, of course based on good statistics and verified facts. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one.